How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and now Pokemon 2019, oh boy. It's been quite a mixed bag of a series so far, as about half of the episodes have been pretty much praised and half the episodes have been criticized so far. Only 11 episodes have aired as of the recording of this video, but so far it's been kind of a mixed bag. Some people like this series, some people don't like it at all. I'm kind of in the middle, as in I like certain things about this series, but dislike some other things in this series. And while I do have issues with the structure of the series in certain aspects, one thing that I've been kind of critical about in this series is how the characters are being utilized. Now, Ash and Go are one thing, as they're main characters, and they have their own, I have my own issues with them and things I like about them. But Koharu is kind of a special case here, as unlike previous female characters in the series, she's actually not a main character. Our main characters in this series is just Ash and Go, so a lot less main characters than usual, and especially a lot less than Sun and Moon. But Koharu, she's only pretty much a supporting character in this series so far, and her appearances have been a lot less than Ash and Go, the main characters. In fact, she's had way less screen time than these two, until episode 11, where she actually had somehow more screen time than the both of them. But so far, in 11 episodes that have been released so far, Koharu has only made prominent appearances in the first two episodes, and then the most recent episode, which was episode 11, which focused mainly on her. So the question that I'm going to pose to all you for this video is, Koharu, should she be a main character, or should she be a supporting character going forward? Interesting enough, the whole idea for this video actually came from a comment that was left on my episode 11 review, and I have it on screen now, which is by a user named Tactics. Now, if you respond to this comment on that video, please be respectful to this person. I know it seems like they came off as a bit disrespectful to me, but they decided to respect my opinion, and I will respect theirs, even though I disagree with it. After all, it's just an opinion on a TV show. So not really the biggest deal in the world, so just be mindful if you're going to go and respond to this comment. Anyways, after reading this comment and responding to Tactics here, it actually really got me to thinking about Koharu, whether she should be a main character or not in this series, which inspired me to actually make this video. So thanks, Tactics. I also ran a poll on my Twitter asking people this question, and the results were interesting to say the least. While the majority of people are saying no, it's still very close. Out of 32 votes, 17 people said no and 15 people said yes. So to me, that means that a lot of people are split on this character. And why is that? Well, I can see why people would say no to Koharu being a main character, as the duo aspect with Ash and Go is rather interesting and it is different for the series. However, in my opinion, why introduce Koharu if you're not going to do much with her? I believe that she would benefit from being a main character if she had more screen time with the two boys, which her time with them is very limited as of right now. So for me, I'm going to argue that Koharu should have been a main character. So first and foremost is that Koharu is going to be compared to previous female characters in the series. And not only that, she's also filling the spot of the Sun and Moon girls, which is a pretty big spot to fill, as that's 3 different characters, and now we're back to just one female character in the series. And because she is only in a support role, she has less of a role in the series compared to previous female companions, and I'm afraid that she's going to be forgotten or disliked as a result. Additionally, her character, motivations, and goals will also be compared to previous female characters as the series goes on. And I'm hoping that she'll get more focus as this Pokemon 2019 series continues. But I gotta hand it to the writers for fleshing out Koharu in episode 11, as this actually gave her more character, and it actually opened her up quite a bit. And it also hints at the fact that she actually doesn't have a goal at the moment, and she doesn't know what she wants to do in life. She's also being compared to her father, and a lot of people kind of assume that that's what she wants to do when she gets older. She wants to follow in her father's footsteps. And this could easily be compared to girls like May, Serena, and even Lily. May especially, because she was expected to be taking up her father's gym when she got older, which she eventually, got away from that and went into contests. She didn't even like Pokemon in the beginning. So I can see Koharu being very comparable to May. In fact, I think she's probably the most comparable out of the 3 that I just mentioned, as May didn't really like Pokemon that much, and Koharu was pretty much cold to Pokemon. So I'm actually I can actually see the comparisons between her and May. With Serena, it's kind of the same thing with her not knowing what she wanted to do. Her mother wanted her to do something that she didn't want to do. And then we got Lily, who didn't have a goal in the beginning. She was afraid to touch Pokemon, but developed her own ambitions and goals as time went on. So, I am interested to see what they do with Koharu in the future, but she is immediately comparable to previous characters based on episode 11 alone. But what I worry about is since Koharu's screen time is so limited so far in the series, I'm afraid that her own goals are going to be brushed aside in favor of Ash and Go and whatever they do in the series, as she's just not as important as Ash and Go. So I'm afraid that her goals, her ambitions, what she wants to do later in life, is just going to be ignored. I don't want that. But if we give her a main character slot, she'll become more important when we will care for her character a little bit more. But to me, I think Koharu being a main character and traveling with Ash and Go would actually add a very interesting dynamic to the series. Yes, we got Ash and Go as a duo, and it's been very interesting so far, but I do think the two would benefit from having Koharu travel with them from time to time or going forward. It would allow Koharu to not only develop in her own and kind of learn a little bit about the world and maybe figure out what she wants to do later in life, but she'd be able to learn from Ash and Go a little bit more, kind of develop some skills from the two of them. Maybe she becomes a better battler thanks to Ash, and she decides to catch more Pokemon thanks to Go. And she may have known Go for years, but she would get to see Go and his goal developing up front, and she'd basically be able to understand what he wants to do and understand him a little bit more, and not be so annoyed by him. We could also see her start to get along and socialize with Ash a bit more, as their interactions have been very limited in the series so far. She practically ignores Ash all the time, or doesn't really acknowledge him that much, or thinks he's weird, despite the fact that he's the frickin' champion of Alola. She doesn't seem to respect him very much. So, I really think that she would benefit from this, and maybe she would get along with Ash a little bit more, maybe learn about his previous adventures, and maybe start to respect him a bit more. Also, if we get previous companions showing up in this series, it can allow her to meet previous female companions and learn from them. It could also help her to appreciate Ash a bit more, as she'll realize that, hey, these characters traveled with Ash and changed a lot thanks to Ash and traveling with him. So maybe I can change as well. Maybe I'll become less cold towards people. Maybe I'll get to get along with people. I'll socialize more with people. I'll love Pokemon more. And I'll be able to develop my goal better. So I think that Koharu traveling with Ash and Go would be a huge benefit for her and her character. So, those were just a few reasons why I think Koharu should be a main character instead of a support character in this series. So I want to see in the comment section down below what you guys think out there. Do you think Koharu should be a main character? Should she just stay as a support character? Should she get more screen time in this series? Do you want to see her goal develop? Do you want her to meet previous companions in the series? I want to hear your thoughts, so please post them in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Have a good day, everyone.